Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of the Unstable Podcast. I'm your host, Austin, with my co-host, Gavin.
Yo.
And Josh.
What's up?
All right, summer's coming up. You know, everyone's getting ready. Everyone's in the gym, getting that summer bod going, right?
Yeah.
I was sitting in my bed last night thinking about this. On a random thought, I was on TikTok. Hot girl summer. What do you guys think about that?
What is hot girl summer? Like, how would you define hot girl summer?
I think hot girl summer is just girls doing them. They just do whatever they want.
I mean, I feel like there's a certain expectation for hot girl summer.
Oh, for sure.
But what about but guys can have a hot guy summer,
Can they?
I mean,
or is that not socially acceptable?
Can they call it a hot guy summer?
it's tough because I think to a lot of guys, I'm going to have a hot guy summer. It comes off as very feminine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or not even self-centered, but I honestly think either way it comes across as that. I feel like hot girl summer is a way for girls to just go do whatever they want.
I think it also can be flipped where it can be a masculine thing, though. But I'm not trying to dog it and turn it into a masculine thing, but he said it was more feminine. Like, if a guy saying I'm going on a hot guy summer, he's going on a hot guy summer. Like, he's going around and doing his thing.
They should.
How is that feminine?
I feel like it's almost, you think it could be that it's expected for guys to have a hot guy summer. That's why it's not a thing. No guy is going to, make a special name for going and doing whatever he wants, because I feel like men do what they want more.
Yeah, I feel you on that. And I mean, I feel like they should. Can you trust women nowadays? Why can't guys just go on there and do their own thing? Not even think about it.
I mean, it goes both ways.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? It definitely goes both ways from what I've seen, but I think the whole aspect of hot girl summer took a turn to girls just being able to do whatever they want. And when I say everything whatever they want, I don't just mean having fun. I mean
being a hoe.
Being a hoe.
You guys know what that means.
Let's be real.
You guys know what hot girl summer means.
But is it wrong?
But what created hot girl summer?
Is it wrong to say that to a girl?
No.
I mean, but think about it. What created hot girl summer? You think it's social media related? Girls see other girls having a hot girl summer.
You know what I think it is? I think it could be an underlying factor of insecurity.
Yeah.
That hot girl summer saying, I'm going to have this hot girl summer. It low-key, it gives them this, I don't know, shield, if that makes sense.
It's this, pride.
It's going to be there. You know what I mean? It's almost like this sense of, it's going to happen. I'm going to have a good time. I'm not going to be upset.
And it's not also looked down upon.
Yeah, because so many girls do it. But, let's be real. Hot girl summer, what do you think? You think of one thing when it comes to hot girl summer is girls, doing whatever
girls
they want.
going around and hoeing around. That's pretty much it when I think of it.
And
personally.
That's easier for a girl to do than a guy.
It's not a bad thing for them to do.
It's not. It's whatever you want to do comfortably.
But I feel like it's becoming more of a social norm. Hot girl summer is becoming
it's social media. Social media.
Yeah, social media it just sets the cultural norm for
everything.
Yeah, why do you think life is so different? Why do you think relationships are so different? Look at relationships nowadays.
All right, I'm going to go off on a different topic now relating to social media. So let me relate this hot girl summer to a different topic. Relationships and women wanting their guys to be posting things 24/7 and getting upset if they don't.
I think that's more, I think that stems from insecurity. I think the woman's scared the guy, talking to other girls, and she thinks that if he posts her, the other girls will see it and be like, oh, he's taken.
But why are half the time those people that are wondering why their other half isn't doing it, they're not doing it themselves?
What do you mean? The girl's not posting the guy either?
Yeah.
Some girls don't want guys to post.
Yeah.
Some girls like when guys don't have any Instagram followers or don't have a Snapchat and that. People like that.
That's true. There is, but I feel like that's more people our age. I
people
feel are more
like
not
that,
like that.
But they say they like it. That's what they want, but then go for the other thing. That's pretty much what ends up happening in those types of deals.
Which is like that for everybody. I mean, I feel like everybody, I don't know. The perfect definition of someone's person is never actually who they end up being with. I feel like it's always the total opposite.
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
Also, yeah, I don't think that you'll, people in their head have their idea of like who they want to be with, their type or whatever. But I feel like you can't determine that until like you really like meet someone. Because I feel like energy is probably the most important, and you can't really define someone's energy by the way they look.
But also at the same time, it doesn't matter about any of that. Some people, when they get somebody they want, they don't want them anymore.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's just a feeling. Like, you can't help it. Like, it's not like something they did wrong, or it's not even something they did at all.
It's the chase.
It's just like you want this person so bad until you have them, and then you don't want them anymore. It's kind of fucked up.
I feel like that's just with everyday life, though. I feel like that's with a lot of things. Everybody wants what they can't have. You give someone $1 billion, they're not going to be happy.
They want more.
They're gonna. I'm not even that. They're gonna have everything they ever wanted. So then what? You know what I mean? Then they're gonna be looking for the next thing. Everybody wants what they can't have,
Yeah. They just want to keep going on to the next thing.
which is human nature, though.
So,
Yeah.
but what would you consider like, okay, so you say $1 billion, you wouldn't be happy still. What would you consider, if you're looking into your future, what would make you happy? Both of you.
Personally, for me, what makes me happy is my family and my friends. Being around them gives me joy, and that's why I pick my friends so
Wisely.
wisely. Thank you. That's the word I was thinking of. But yeah, and honestly, I can go either so far in life, or I can be nothing and still be happy if I'm surrounded with the people I am with right now. That's honest too. Like, I'm so happy where I'm at right now.
Sten?
I feel like, I think my biggest joy, like with success, with comparing it to money and that aspect, would be bringing people up around me. I think that's where I find the most fulfillment is when no matter who's around me, I keep my circle small, but those people in my circle, I make sure they're on the same level as I am at all times.
You're very good at that.
Whether it's keeping them motivated to be at the gym or on a diet or mental health, anything they're going through. Like I have a standard set for them, and that's why my circle is so small, because there's many people in and out that haven't been up to those standards for me. And that's not for me to say I'm that they're a bad person in any way. It's just they're not the people I want surrounding me in my life.
So let me ask you a question based off what you just said. So you said, that you have certain people, you were close with that you're no longer close with, and it's because, they didn't really fit that like certain like, expectation that you had for those people that you keep close to you. How do you deal with like, having to let go of those certain people that, you didn't necessarily want to let go of, but like you just had to because you knew, it wasn't going to help you further yourself? Honestly,
At the end of the day, you can't be upset about making a decision for yourself. You can never be making the wrong decision when it's for yourself.
Even though it might feel bad in the moment, you just it's for yourself. Like, you have to at least do something for yourself.
Listen, put it this way. If I can relate it to anything, when you go to the gym and you're on rep number 8, that shit hurts, but it's bettering you.
It does hurt.
Pain is what makes success, and pain is what makes people strong.
For sure. It's a learning curve.
Yeah. And, what I would say for myself is like what I asked y'all about, what would eventually make me happy. And I honestly don't think I know yet. I think it's very, life just changes mad fast, whether it be, career, people around you, whatever it might be. I think your definition of like happiness will, ultimately change a bunch more in your life. And, the more stuff you go through and the more things, the more people you meet, you'll like define it. And, depending on how successful one might get, or, what one might go through, it might change. It might just be like, oh, you just want the people around you, and then some people, it might be like, oh, they get some sort of fame and success. They just want to go to the top and they won't stop until they get that. And then other people have more appreciation for, like family, having kids and, settling down. So I think it's really all about like your own experiences and what you go through.
One thing that you just said that, I just got a thought. Settling down. Settling down is something that a lot of people look forward to in their life. And when I mean settling down, you can settle down in multiple ways. But settling down for me scares me, because settling down means I'm okay with where I'm at and I'm okay with not going further. You know, my mindset right now is every day I want to get further. You know, no matter if it's a small step or a big step, it's still a step forward. And I know that at the end of the day, you know, when I live my life, as long as I took that little step forward every single day, it's going to add up to something great. It has to.
Okay, and so you said, but that's more career related. That's not,
that's with
relationship related.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that you can relate that to anything.
Is that with marriage too?
Because
I
I
think-
feel like you can't really say like, you know, because it's two different mindsets. Like one, never being comfortable and not liking the idea of like being comfortable. You can't say that about like getting married or finding, you know, a wife, because you're gonna get to a point like where you're gonna settle down with somebody.
Of course, but I think that's right place, right time whenever that happens. And like I feel like that's something that you can't be worried about in this moment. That's just gonna happen along the way.
Yeah, especially, you know, being young, you can't really, you know, a lot of people do. You know,
You can't be too obsessed over it, or else it's gonna drive you crazy. Like that's all you're gonna think about.
And it's like when you want something super bad, you never get it, but when you don't want it, that's when it comes.
yeah,
For sure.
It's just the way it works.
Doesn't always work like that though.
yeah, because you know there
You could
is
be waiting forever.
Yeah, you know, some people just never get what they want in life. And I guess, you know, the only way I feel like you can really like set yourself up to, you know, say, okay, we're talking about relationships, you know, not fail in that sense, is to focus on yourself. Because if you spend time, you know, worrying about an ex or a girl like you want to be with, you'll get burnt out. And if you don't succeed in that, you kind of just screwed yourself. And it's like you try to make yourself this perfect person for someone else. But like you could have just been working on yourself. So like when you met somebody who was actually like good for you, you know, you were like the best version of yourself. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that.
I think people too often try to change somebody to be what they want them to be.
Yeah. And I think they, you know, they change their mind. They like ignore red flags. They make up, you know, a different reality of who that person actually is.
And honestly, often, you know, I've noticed sometimes you have a picture of somebody in your mind, right? And you have this imagination, you have this thought of, you know, all the potential that they have and who they could be. But in reality, that person that you have built up in your mind is not that person. That person is imaginary and fake. And
Yeah.
a lot of times people can't come to terms with that.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time. That's why, you know, heartbreak breaks a lot of people. Like I know it's called heartbreak, but I mean seriously breaks. Like life takes a drastic downturn.
Yeah, because, you know, I think heartbreak is something that, you know, everyone goes through differently depending on the situation, but it's something that is just, you can't like even compare it to anything. I don't think. I don't even think you can compare it to death.
I think it's, I mean, I haven't experienced any, you know, super, you know, devastatingly tragic events like that, but, you know, from what I can see, it's different, you know, because the person, you know, if they passed on, however that, you know, whatever happened, you know, that person was always by your side.
Yeah.
When you're going through a breakup, something along the line somewhere, something changed.
Yeah.
To where that wasn't the case anymore. And it's like that person, it's almost like a death though. Because it's like that person that you thought they were died in your mind. And it's like you're trying to grieve over that. So I guess I could see where they're very similar.
Yeah, I think, you know, the main difference is one is like death you really have no control over. Like you didn't like, unless you like kill someone. Like if someone dies, it's like, okay, you know, I can't do anything about it. In a relationship, you feel like you have to, you know, especially if you like a breakup, you're heartbroken, you feel like you have to do everything you can.
Heartbreak is inevitable. It can happen in a relationship, or it can happen in any other category in life.
Yeah, friendship.
You just
job.
you need to understand that it's okay to loathe, and it's okay to love that position you're in. You need to understand that it's okay.
All right, Gavin, I'm going to get deep with you.
Yes.
You know, I've obviously never gone through anything traumatic, you know, but you've been through something that I couldn't imagine. How has that affected you and changed you, you know, within your mind? I mean, I know this is probably an answer you can give me. You can give, you know, talk all day.
You want me to tell you how I got through it?
Yeah.
Honestly, as a kid, as a child, I didn't know how to get through it. And I didn't realize what was happening in front of my face.
Well, how could you?
So when I was younger, my dad passed away. I'm not going to get into that whole story, maybe for a different later podcast, but my dad passed away when I was a young age. So seeing that happen at 8 years old and not being able to even like realize what happened, and it's just bottled up that whole time, I'm coming to like okay with it, like becoming okay with it like now. Like not okay, but like I understand I can't do anything. Like it's been how many years? 9, 11?
Acceptance.
Like it's acceptance. Like and it's different for everybody. You may never accept it, but I understand that he's with me every single day, and he would want me to move on. He doesn't want me to grieve anymore. I understand that.
Now, how has that changed your mind, though? Like, I'm talking like daily life. Like, how
Daily
how
life.
has that made you a stronger version of yourself now? Like, you know, from that point when you were, you know, a little kid and you were broken and you were confused and didn't know, and you didn't know how to handle the situation, and now looking at what you're doing.
I take life a lot more seriously, and I understand that anything can happen at any time of the day. Literally, life doesn't stop. So when you're going to bed, life still doesn't stop. Like, you have to understand that you only have one life, and you have to truly live it to your best potential, because it's just going to be regret if you don't. Like, you have to understand when you get to an old age, are you going to look back on your life and you're going to be okay with it? You have to love it. You need to love everything you've done in life.
No regrets.
No regrets. You can't have any.
And I feel like you got to love the bad things just as much as the good things.
The bad things
even
get
more.
you through it. The bad things make you learn and get through the process faster. Not saying to go do bad things and do all that shit, but
I think bad things just happen natural.
And when I say bad things, I don't mean, you know, going to make the wrong. I just mean, you know, when things even
Wrong
happen to
things.
you
Yeah.
that are out of your control.
for sure.
But all right, well, I know we've been going off on a tangent. Cut us a break. First podcast, you know, we'll get better at this. But time's about running up. So I appreciate you guys coming to watch first episode of Unstable Talks with, once again, my co-host Gavin
Thank you for coming, guys.
and Josh.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
We'll see you next week.